Hello, world. Warmest welcome to World Humanitarian Drive's Inspiring Millions Show. This is the show where we celebrate brilliant minds from around the world who share with us their story, one story at a time. It's our 60th episode, ready to get fit, fabulous, and healthy. Our special guest is Chinggay Andrada, mother, fitness warrior, and creator of Once Upon a Fit from the USA. We'll get to know her inspiring story in a short while. Thank you for joining us live or in replay. I'm Eve Andrada O'Flynn, your host and Global Media Relations of World Humanitarian Drive. World Humanitarian Drive, also known as WHD, is an international NGO founded in Croydon, UK, by British Indian global peace activist, entrepreneur, writer Dr. Abdul Basit Saeed. The primary vision of WHD is to promote peace, education, and trade harmony initiatives globally among everyone across the world, regardless of race, gender, religion, or nationality. WHD is striving for humanity. This Inspiring Million Show is your show. As always, we encourage you to engage and interact with us. Please help us spread inspiration to the world by sharing this link. Join our discussion by putting in the comments box your comments, greetings, or questions that you would like to ask our guest, Chinggay Andrada of the USA. We would love to read them later on in the show. Wherever you are in the world, let us keep you company and brighten your day as we share peace, love, and goodwill. In this episode, we're celebrating World Health Day and Empowered Women Entrepreneurs Day with Chinggay Andrada, who is a coach and trainer of Biggest Loser Philippines, Season 1, sports show host, DJ for Monster Radio RX 93.1, kickboxing instructor and endorser for Nike, Powerade, Anlene Milk and Adidas. They're just some of what our guest has accomplished in the past blessed 8 years. And she has spent living in the Philippines. So now fast forward 20 plus years later, she is a mother to a teenager she calls SuperGirl, still a lover of all things fit, and calls Las Vegas at the entertainment and sports capital of the world her home. So let's all welcome the creator of Once Upon a Fit, Chinggay Andrada. Chinggay, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you, Chinggay?
I am great, Viva. Thank you so much for having me. And it's been so long. It's so great to see you.
Yeah, it's really awesome to see you today. And we're going to be really inspired by you today. So we're really looking forward to it. So Chinggay, let's get started. So thank you for being up bright and early in Las Vegas, USA. So Chinggay,
it's totally fine. Yes. Go ahead.
yeah, and I can also see the sunlight on your face.
Yes.
Because so Chinggay, could you please introduce yourself to the world and share a brief story about you?
Of course, I'm Chinggay. Gosh, as you mentioned, I lived such a blessed life in beautiful Philippines back in the early 2000s, a very accomplished career. But then again, fast forward, I moved to Vegas in 2006, and here, 20 plus years later, I still love all things fit. I am now a mother to a teenager where we do all things fit together. And I would like to spread that all around the world, that at any given time, it is never too late. You are never too old to be fit and live an active lifestyle. So currently I have a full-time job here in Vegas. And as you mentioned, it is a sports and entertainment capital of the world. In 2022, all great things are happening here in Vegas. We're very fortunate. We are very grateful that things are coming back around here in the city. So I am just here and completely honored that you asked me to guest on your show. Again, Viva, it's been so long. I can't wait for the next hour, 2 or 3 to catch up with you and see what you've been up to.
Yes, Chinggay, it's so great to keep in touch with you. So Chinggay, just talking about the pandemic, the COVID-19, how it has affected the world. So what are the activities that you have been doing recently during the pandemic?
So when things started to occur, which was around March of 2022, that was actually when my daughter realized that, things were changing, that she had to stay home. There were a lot of notices being sent out by the school. And at the same time, where I worked at that time we needed to start rearranging our schedules to possibly be working from home. So just like the rest of the world, we thought it was just going to be a couple weeks. We thought it was just going to be a month, but obviously it ended up longer than that. So adjustments had to be made. My daughter at the time was 12. She couldn't understand why she couldn't see her friends. She couldn't understand why she couldn't be out and about and go to school. So just a lot of mental adjustments, a lot of physical adjustments. We were going to the gym probably 3, 4, 5 times a week. Guess what? The gym's closed down. So now what do, Viva? The garage, your basement, your living room, your dining room, your bedroom could be the gym. So it was a lot of little things that you had to realize that you can actually do at home and not have to depend on others, not have to depend on other things to get your days going. So now, again, fast forward to 2022, my gym is now my garage. Everything happens in here. It's actually where I'm sitting right now, just because it's my happy place. It's where it's my me place. It's where I feel whole. And for the whole hour that I'm in here, by the way, that's one thing that I instill in all of my clients and all of my friends. You just need 1 hour a day of activity, whether it's Zumba, whether it's Roomba, whether it's salsa, whether it's getting on a treadmill or body weight related exercises. Your body is your temple. Your body is your full-fledged system. Treat it with respect, and also feed it with an hour of activity at least a day.
And you were saying just even at least an hour a day
Exactly.
for workouts.
Yes.
Sometimes no one's like, when people think about an hour, it's like too long, where they get so tired easily. So should they do like mini workouts first? Should they start small? Or
Yes, absolutely. I agree, Viva. So we all get the same amount of hours in a day, and that's the magical 24 hours in a day. So in a perfect ideal world, we like to go for that 8 hours of sleep, right? And then we all work ideally, typically 8 hours a day. So we have that remaining 8 hours to do whatever we want, whether we spend it with our loved ones, whether we spend time with friends whom we haven't seen in a long time, or catch up with relatives, or even me time for yourself. So yes, an hour at times may be a little bit too long for someone. Absolutely. Little steps, even 10 minutes of activity, going outside and enjoying the bright, beautiful sun and the weather is enough, right? But then you kind of start looking into doing more things in a day. So I always feel, Viva, that when it comes to staying fit and being fit and getting back into fitness, it always helps a great deal to have a support system. So I have my daughter to support me. I even have our two dogs to support us, because they're part of the family, right? So make it a family affair. Go out and go on walks, and maybe go on a hike, or just enjoy nature and enjoy what's out there. That's the one thing, Viva, that I've come to realize in the last 2 years, is that nature is out there for us to enjoy and to appreciate. I mean, the hikes, the seeing all the different types of things that we can do activity wise outside of the house. Very simple things at no cost, going for walks. I mean, you can have that as your me time for yourself. You can catch up with your kids too. Okay, how's school? How about that boy that you say you like? Or how about your favorite class that you love and you look forward to because the teacher is so great at teaching and he or she inspires you? Those are great conversations to have just by going on a walk. So I think that's the one thing that we've embraced, is that you don't have to think of gigantic, great things to do, but rather little things. So yes, absolutely. For me, I give myself an hour a day of activity, but yes, you are completely right. For others, that might be too long. Little steps, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. So that makes a great deal of change.
start small and build from there. Thank you so much,
Yes,
Chinggay, for the
absolutely.
tips. So, Chinggay, you are a reminder to us women that we can be anything and anyone we choose to be. So you're full of life and you radiate with confidence. So how did you find that confidence within yourself?
Oh, goodness. So just going back with my family history, I am the youngest of 7 children. So currently now there are 16 grandkids in the family. I'm sorry, 16, yes, 16 grandkids in a family, 5 great grandkids in a family. So we are a huge, loving and caring family. So the confidence that have been inside of me since I was young, it has to start from my parents. So my parents are celebrating their 65th wedding anniversary this year. So at any given time, I owe the way I treat others, the way I treat life to how my parents have lived their lives. So it always comes back to family. Family is everything. So I remember being in junior high and trying out for cheerleading, and I wasn't sure what I was supposed to do, but I did it anyway. So early on, just go for it. Sometimes there are certain things that you're good at and that certain things that you're confident in doing, but others you may not, and it's totally okay. So at the end of the day, Viva, I think the confidence just lies in being patient with yourself, being good to yourself, and that certain things take time. Certain things may come easily for others. It may not be for you, and vice versa, but just it's an individual relationship. It's the best relationship that more people should work on, and that is the relationship with you. Be good to yourself, be patient. It is okay to not really be in the know all the time. It is okay to not be out there all the time. It's okay. Like that's the one thing too. Another thing that I've come to realize is that me time nowadays is important. Our mental health, physical health, those two work together. It's great that you're working out all the time and that you're putting in the work physically, but mentally take that time too to just sit, have a cup of coffee by yourself, take that hour in the morning to just sit and be still and be okay. And if it's not okay, that's okay too. I just, there has been so many things that we have all experienced in the last 2 years. And so another thing too, Viva, is that if you are having a good day and things are going your way, share that with someone, or at least uplift someone else versus whereas whether it's via text or a phone call and email, if you're having a great day, perhaps reach out to someone who's not having such a great day and share that feeling, share that positive thought, share that positive vibe, because nowadays we certainly need it more than any other time in our lives.
All those are so motivating and inspiring, Chinggay. So, Chinggay, you're also brilliant at finding opportunities. So, what would you like to say to those who feel stuck about finding opportunities in these times?
So this is a story that I actually have not shared a lot in my life, but people have always asked me, so when you lived in the Philippines, was it always your goal and your thought process to work on TV or be in a TV show or be on a sports show or be a radio DJ? Being a radio DJ for RX Monster Radio RX 93.1 back in the early 2000s was actually not really, wasn't part of my plan. And let me tell you why. So I did a show for ABS-CBN, which was such a great opportunity. But then something happened one night when I was at my brother's house. So overnight, of course, it gets hot in the Philippines, right? So you'd always try to keep yourself cool. There was a little mini electric fan blowing in my face the whole entire night because, I wanted to keep cool. The next morning, for some reason, I felt like the tightness on my left cheek. And I'm like, what's going on? My brother looked at me and he goes, what happened to your face? I said, wow, that's a really nice thing to say to your sister. And he goes, no, seriously, there's something wrong with your face. I said, I don't feel anything different with my face. But I looked in the mirror, Viva, and this left cheek was completely frozen. And I could barely open my left eye and I could barely open my lips. And I'm like, what's going on? What's happening? So that day I had to actually go to ABS-CBN to do a taping, but I'm like, I can't go to taping looking like this, right? So I saw a doctor and he said, first thing he asked was, what do you do for a living? I said, well, I'm a host on this show. And he goes, well, you probably are not gonna be able to do that right now and for a bit until you receive therapy. I'm like, what's happening? He said, you have Bell's palsy. And I'm like, what's that? So basically what happened overnight, because of the change of temperature, something just occurred with my facial muscles that it just froze. It literally was like, again, for like a week or 2 weeks, my left eye was I couldn't close it at night. It would stay open, but it just had to be like that. So fast forward, the reason why I'm telling you that story is that yes, it was a very sad, crazy moment in my life. Like, what's happening? Why is this happening to me? Even my best friend was crying with me because she's like, oh my gosh, this is such a great opportunity for you, but now you can't do it. You can't do TV. I said, okay. So that night I remember praying. I'm like, okay, so I've always believed that everything happens for a reason. So why is this happening? Why is this happening? And I'm like, okay, so what else can I do? Okay, well, there's still my voice, but okay, what do I do with my voice? Okay, why don't I try it for radio? And I auditioned for radio, and I went in, and the first thing I said was, please, I hope you don't put out, I hope you don't get me to host any events right now, because right now this is all that I can do, just this radio job, just kind of stay behind the scenes because my face is like this. I said, oh, that's okay. And I got the job. And it's just one of those things, Viva, that yes, that was such a sad, confusing time in my life, because I'm like, okay, so now what do I do? It's that kickback of telling yourself, okay, so this is not working. So what's my plan B? What's my option B? And it was funny because when I started working for RX 93.1, 3 weeks later, they had me host an event. I'm like, wait, I can't be on stage because my face is like this, right? And I wasn't comfortable talking in front of people. I've never hosted an event in my whole entire life. They said, we believe in you, you can do it. And so from then on, I became a host as well. So just those things, that was such a life-changing moment for me, because yes, I could have allowed that one event, Viva, to get me down and to keep me from thinking of other ways to make it work. But I just had a lot of conversation with myself, and I'm like, okay, so what do I do? What do I do? So from then on, Viva, at any given time, things happen and maybe it's not going my way. Then I start to go on that mode of that moment. Okay, this isn't working. What's my option B? Okay, what else can I do so that this is working? So that belief and that thought process of everything happens for a reason has really stayed with me. And I know people say it all the time, but it has really stayed with me because it has remained true for me. It may not be the same situation for other people, but it has remained true for me. So that's been how I've lived my life. And I believe I'm always going to think like that, because that made sense to me to think that way. And 20 plus years later, it still makes sense for me to think in the same way.
That's such a great story, Chinggay, how you found opportunity in other things, and by praying, and there's always something better if you make it so. So Chinggay, yesterday was World Health Day, and you're a fitness warrior. So what is the importance of health and fitness to you?
The importance of health and fitness, that you have to acknowledge your schedule. You have to acknowledge that it's the most important part of your life. It doesn't mean it's your whole entire day, Viva. I think that's kind of when people get the wrong impression. No, I don't work out more than an hour a day. I don't devote more than that, because there are so many other things that we need to attend to: our family, our relationships with our loved ones, our children. There's work. There are chores to be done around the house. So for me, I just turned 50 last November. And I say that out loud and proud, because to this day, there were things as far as activities, physical activities wise, that I was doing back in the 30s that I'm still able to do now. And that is because I've maintained it. I haven't gone crazy. Obviously, things that I decided to do in my 20s, whether it was doing this and that, I can't do now. But it's acknowledging your current status in life, right? It's acknowledging that the reason why at 50 years old, I'm able to still do so many great activities is because I've been keeping health and fitness a part of my schedule since I was 15 years old. It was funny. And let me tell you a little story about how that happened. So when I turned 15, I was living in Seattle at the time. My brother was a fitness freak. he's still a fitness freak now and he's already in the 60s. He's like, okay, what do you want to do for your birthday today? I said, well, why don't you take me to that thing called Gold's Gym? And he's like, oh, okay, you want to go there? I said, yeah, I've never been inside a gym, so take me there. So he took me there and I'm like, what's that? And he goes, those are dumbbells. It was just so funny. Like I had no idea what was happening. And there he goes, what's that over there? Oh, that's a Smith machine. I'm like, oh, all the weights change, huh? Oh, that's kind of crazy. And there are a lot of bodybuilders in there. Like, oh, what do they do? I said, oh, that's a shoulder press. Okay, what's that guy doing over there? Oh, that's the leg press. So it was like this world that I've never been exposed to. He's like, well, do you want to come back? I said, yes, I want to come back. And so I went back, I became a member. I actually started working for the company too. So it's been this love affair with fitness since I was 15 years old, and I have no plans of stopping because it energizes me. It's like water to me. It keeps my days hydrated. It keeps my days active. I feel bad at times when I don't do anything for an hour in a day, but I also I'm not too hard on myself. And that's another thing too. At least I can't say that enough. Be good to yourself. It's okay that you missed a day of training. It is okay that you decided to go out to dinner with friends and enjoy that wonderful, yummy dish. It is totally fine. And that's another thing too. Like people ask me all the time, does that mean you eat the same thing every day? No, there's so much out there to enjoy. And when I want a dessert, I want a dessert. And I have it. It's totally okay because you've earned it. You've earned it. Be good to yourself. It's okay. And then you just get back on track the next day and do your activity and do your hour or your 15 minutes or 30 minutes. It's totally fine. Again, I can't say that enough, Viva, because I, again, limit myself to just an hour a day. Isang oras lang is what I say to my friends. Because it is just 1 hour. Think about it. 24 hours in a day, we all have that 1 hour to make ourselves feel good and to make our bodies function and it's like literally taking your body, you're taking your body on a date, right? We make date nights important. We make our meetings on our schedule. So make a date night a very important date with your own body.
That's awesome, Chinggay. So you also share the message of drinking a lot of water. So the importance of drinking water too. So how many glasses
Yes.
of water do you drink in a day?
So this is my water bottle. It actually tells you how much in a day. So I would say probably 12 to 14 glasses of water a day. And that's the thing. When you live an active lifestyle, when you keep in mind an hour a day of fitness or an hour a day of activity in a day, your body asks asks for you to hydrate yourself. It literally is. Like I don't wait till I'm thirsty. It's just a natural thing for me to do because I know that it's something good for my body. I know that hydration, drinking water, making sure that, that's a part of your day is important to me. And I know people too, people sometimes don't realize it because they wait until they're thirsty. No, I have a set goal in mind. And that is I start work at 8:30 or 9. By noon or 1 o'clock, I've drank 4 to 5. That way you're not thinking, oh my gosh, I need to drink 5 glasses at night. No. And then from noon till like 5, there's my other 5. So by the time I sometimes train in the afternoon, sometimes I train in the morning, that's my fuel. That is what's going to get me to get from point A to point B when I'm running or when I'm hiking or when I'm doing my classes on the weekends. So yes, hydration is utmost important with our lives every single day. And it's not just because you're working out or you're training, but it's like your fuel is what gets you going. It should be as easy as waking up in the morning to hydrate yourself and to drink, the right amount of water.
So Chinggay, there are some people who can't stand the taste of water. So what's your advice to them? What should they do to make water taste better for them?
So I for myself, I don't know. It's just been really easy for me to do that. Just kind of make it fun. There are a lot of different water bottles nowadays. that make it fun, whether you put a sticker, whether it actually pings your phone, you know, it's like a little app that tells you, hey, you got to drink 8 ounces right now or whatever. I know that some people have actually gotten that. Whatever works for you. But again, it's as important as getting enough sleep. In my head, it's as important as getting enough sleep. Maybe you can put flavor in your water, whatever will get you to drink it. But I know it's not for everybody. So maybe get a buddy to have like a little challenge with you so that you are both hydrated in a day. I know some people have actually done that where they check on each other. Hey, it's already noon. Have you had this much water? Just like, you know, people do fitness challenges. They do it online, they do it on their phones. Maybe it could also be something that they can do with drinking water, because it's really important. And again, if you do live an active lifestyle, it just becomes really natural for you. Like, wow, I just ran 3 miles. So I'm going to put back into my body what I just used up to be able to run the 3 miles. So yes, water, water, water.
Drink water.
Yes.
Okay, Chinggay. So yesterday was also Empowered Women Entrepreneurs Day. So do you have any tips for people wanting to start their own business in these COVID times?
Oh, goodness. Nowadays, Viva, everything is right there in front of us as far as resources and sources and support and help that we would want as far as starting our own business. I would say the biggest thing is have a supporting cast. There is no way that you feel like you have to do it on your own, right? As far as marketing, as far as getting the word out there about your product or about your business or about your passion, holy moly, it's everywhere that you can do it at no cost. No cost. Social media, I mean, gosh, when I was on radio, when I was doing all those great things back in the Philippines, there was no Instagram. There was no this and that. A lot of different social media accounts were not in place at that time. So nowadays, it's a simple post that gets the word out there about your passion. I think now more than ever, I know you have always been an entrepreneur since I met you. So way before everyone else, Viva, I know that you are and will always be an accomplished entrepreneur. And that's why I just hope that you and I keep in touch and you can inspire. So I know that you do that. I know for sure that you inspire so many women to just go out there and pursue their passion. Sometimes it's that hesitation, right? It's that doubt, like, oh, well, who's going to even appreciate this? Who is a lot of questions, right? But you'll never know until you go for it. Just go for it. Have a conversation with a friend about it. It's like, hey, this is really what I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I just don't know how to go about it. It all starts with a conversation. Whether you want to get back into fitness, whether you want to start being active again, whether you want to find love again, whether you want to get back on track with your schedule, many, many things, right? It starts with a conversation. So I think that would be the first thing, is realizing that getting the word out there about your passion and about your business is so, I wouldn't say easy, right? Because you have to put together that post, but it's a lot easier nowadays to get the word out there. So get your passion out there for people to be passionate about, and get the word out there for people to feel excited about what it is that you want to do, because you're unique. You're a gem. You're rare. Don't feel like you are like everybody else, because you are not. We all have the ability to come up with something unique and something people will appreciate and be passionate about and be excited about. I think that's the first thing, is that you are unique. And if you want to do something and it's just oozing with passion and your heart just beats so hard because you feel like, oh my gosh, this is really what I want to do, go for it. Go for it. Trust yourself. Trust yourself and get an amazing supporting cast that will be there to help you and guide you and make it a reality. It's amazing, all these things that are popping up as far as businesses, especially with women starting businesses, and just all these things that we are all exposed to and have been exposed to in the last 2 years. It's so good to see that. And Third thing would be supporting other people doing what they thought they couldn't do for a long time. Just be supportive. Be supportive of other passions or other people and their businesses. Like, show love, show support, because they will absolutely do the same thing for you.
Chinggay, you're definitely an empowered woman, entrepreneur, inspiring the world. And speaking of having a conversation, let's just read the comments from our virtual audience. So Tonggi Gra is saying, hello, Happy Andrada is watching from Manila, Philippines. And then Muji Manjil saying greetings. Marvi Miang is saying good day from Florida, also from the USA.
Hi.
Tony Cranston is watching from the UK. Greetings from Talking Stories East London Radio. Apadu Rao Santaria is saying good day from Sydney. And then Win Wonderful is saying greetings from Manila. And Professor Dato Dr. GP Dorisami, he's WHD Secretary General of Malaysia, and he has a message for you. He's saying, dear Chinggay Andrada, I am glad to hear the positive feelings and remarks from your good self. I realize that mental acumen and self-esteem does play an important part to prosper and progress in life. He has a question for you. His question is, what would be your advice to people still struggling in life in post-COVID times? So many have lost jobs, minimal earnings, barely enough to sustain and maintain a decent livelihood. I think you touched on this earlier about people feeling stuck, but is there anything else you'd like to add, Chinggay?
I've actually have had friends who feel stuck and to this day still feel stuck. And what I can say is that obviously I at times don't know what people are going through, and just the amount of empathy I think would be something that people would appreciate. Listening meaning really listening. Because sometimes, of course, we have so much going on in our lives, and we are also going through things that other people may not understand. But I think just the power of listening nowadays is just so important more than ever. Setting aside time just to have conversations. So what my daughter and I try to do on Sundays is have a silent Sunday, where for a block of 4 hours, we block out everything technology wise and just have a conversation. Ask her how she's doing, and she does the same thing with me. How is school going? What are your friends up to? Just having that conversation, because sometimes, we would have conversation with people in person, but you can tell that their mind is somewhere else. You can't really force people to really pay attention and just sit and have a conversation with you. But I would say just the power of listening, just to sit and really understand and really take in what the other person is saying. I did have a friend too who did not have a job for a year and a half, and she was struggling. She was trying to be mentally okay for herself and for her kids. So once a month we would get together, we would gather and just have a conversation. I would always reach out via text or a phone call or however I needed to do, just to make sure she was okay. I mean, she's now working, so things are happening for her. But I think just have the ability to reach out nowadays to a friend or to even a relative whom you haven't talked to for a long time is so powerful nowadays, just to make sure people are okay. People are feeling cared for and feeling loved. It's been a lot for a lot of people. It's been a lot for all of us to go through mentally, physically, all the changes, all the financial changes. What do we do next? A lot of people have asked that. What do we do next? So what's happening next? What can I do? A lot of that has been happening. So I think just my biggest thing would be just to have the ability to listen, not necessarily give advice, right? Because some people don't really need that. Sometimes people just need for you to listen and just have the ability to just sit and really take in what they're saying. Because, most of the time it could just be like, I just need to vent out. I just need to get that out. But other times they will let you know. They will relay that to you if they need advice or if they need feedback or if they need for you to actually guide them on how to take care of a certain thing. But other times they would just appreciate someone listening, the power of listening and the power of just sitting and having a conversation with someone. It's rare nowadays because we're on the go. Everything is about technology. Everything is about that. But just this right now, Viva, is so powerful. You listening to me, and that's gorgeous, amazing smile that you have had since the first day that I met you. It's still there. So that would be my number one advice, really, is just, reach out to people, see how they're doing, find out what you can do to help them, what you can do to guide them. Because not everyone can do it on their own, and it's totally fine. So just reaching out and making sure they're okay and really listening.
That's a really important gift, the gift of listening to other people. And it really forms connections with others. And so, more comments from our virtual audience. Happy Andrada saying, amazing show and guest. So, Tongi Gra has a question. His question is, what advice would you give to find motivation to do exercise at least once a week? Advice for sport procrastinators.
And what's his name?
Tongi Gra. He's
Hello.
from France.
Oh, hi. Well, this is great because, wow, I would love to work out with you so we can do it together. You can find me on Instagram at Chinggay Andrada. I do virtual classes. I do that about once or twice a week. I would love to connect with you. So let's do this. Just give me 30 minutes so you and I can work out. I'm in this for the long run. I would like to reach out to as many people as I can so that we can have a conversation about staying active. But the number one thing would be find something activity-wise that you love to do. Not that you feel like you have to do it, that you love to do and that you look forward in doing. That could be anything, right? Tennis, it could be running, it could be anything activity-wise. I think that's the first thing that would be my number one advice is find something that you look forward in doing and that you would love to do. That's one. Number two, find a buddy. Find a buddy. Once you find someone that you can train with and you can, like, say, play tennis or do whatever it is, whatever activity you want to do, it's very hard for you to not do it the next day because you guys have already committed to a time and a day, right? You don't want to let your friend down. You don't want to let your fitness buddy down. So you go. So that would be my first two tips. One, find something that you love to do. Working out in the garage may not be your thing, and that's totally fine. Being out in nature may be your thing. Running on a treadmill may not be your thing, but running outside may be your thing. Find something that you love to do and find a buddy who would love to spend time with you, because it's also catch-up time. When you're running, when you're walking, taking your dogs out for a walk, it's catch-up time. So what have you been up to? Or what have you been up to? So it's like a conversation. It's working out or training disguised as me time or disguised as a conversation between two friends. So that would be it. But I would love to work out with you. I know there's a time difference because you're in France. I'm here in Vegas. So currently I'm working out with friends from all over the world, one in Sydney, one in California, one in Boston, one in Washington State. So I would love to work out with you. Just reach out to me and let's do this. Whether it's 30 minutes, whether it's 15 minutes, I would love to work out with you. Again, everything starts with a conversation. Let's have a conversation about it and see what you would like to do. Activity.
So, yes, Chinggay. So we're also going to be posting the link as well. So maybe you could share that and I'll just post it with this interview. So you can encourage more people to work out with you as well. So how about you? What's your go-to, your favorite sport activity, or what do you really enjoy doing?
So I fell in love with the art of Muay Thai, right? Which is Thai kickboxing. And I'm sorry that there's going to be some audio thing here that I hold on, Viva. He's gonna come around probably in 10 seconds.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
Okay, so I fell in love with the art of Muay Thai, which is Thai kickboxing, the art of 8 limbs. You use your elbows, you use your head, your legs, obviously, and your knees. That is my all-time favorite training activity because it works your whole entire body and it's a beautiful art form. But other than that, obviously, I can't do that as much as I used to do that back in 2000 or early 2000. So now it's just doing something fun, which is body weight related exercises. So I created a class called SBW, stands for strictly body weight. My philosophy about staying fit and staying active and being active is that think of exercises or activities that you can do anywhere at any time. So body weight related exercises, Viva, you can do in your hotel room while you're on vacation. You can do it in your garage. You can do it while watching a show. That's my philosophy. So what I do twice a week, I teach friends online for 45 minutes at most. In that 45 minutes, we are already catching up on how everyone's doing, what you guys been up to during the week. But in that 45 minutes, we're able to do a workout and a catch up and do 8 different body weight related exercises in 3 rounds, 8 minutes per round. So it's not, I know it's not simple, and I know it's not for everybody to do. But it doesn't involve any equipment.
So Chinggay, there's also this thing. So I'm looking through the comments. So Tongi Grass said it's a great idea about the workout, and he said he will bring his wife along as well. So you get 2 now. You get 2 more people joining your class. That's so awesome.
I love it. Let's do it.
Then it'll be the whole family or something like that.
So that is great that it's going to be a couple, because another great thing too that has been a blessing as well in the last 2 years, Viva, is I found love in the middle of a crazy time for everyone. And again, going back to my philosophy, it's never too late to be active, to be fit, to be healthy, and to find love. I'm a believer because it has happened to me. So we actually work out 3 or 4 times a week with my fiance because we just became engaged. So we make sure that that is part of our weekly schedule. So that's another thing too, is that if you want to be consistent and you want to have this active lifestyle be in place, it helps to have a supporting cast. But if you are able to do it with your loved one, being your partner, that even makes it better. It now becomes your date night at times. It now becomes your time to reconnect and to bond and to find things activity-wise that you guys like to do together. So I'm looking forward to training with that couple from France because it is all about that. I just feel really blessed that, you know, my partner loves fitness as much as I do. He challenges me sometimes. I challenge him sometimes. He has kind of revamped and re-energized my love for fitness, because it's been a long time since I've been in this kind of a relationship. And so being active, keeping fitness in mind, it should be a family affair. It should be a conversation to have with your partner, because if that is your goal and your partner takes part in that, it just becomes so rewarding to be doing it together. It's so rewarding to look forward to on date nights that you guys are going to take the dogs for a walk, or you're going to do like a half marathon someday, sometime soon, or go on a hike, or, hey, I've never played tennis. Do you want to do it together? Okay, let's do it. You know, just like over the weekend, my fiance and I tried salsa. We took a salsa dance lesson and he had a great time. And I know that, you know, he was hesitant at first, like, dancing, I don't know about that, dancing, but we tried it and now he wants to go back for more. So it's that thing that you re-energize each other and you revive something in yourself and you show each other new things to try together. It's been a huge blessing, and I'm just really grateful. I count my blessings every single day. You know, health is everything to us, and I'm just really fortunate that I found someone who prioritizes fitness as much as I do. Because again, I'm in this for the long run. You know, I got 50 more years to be active and to be healthy, just because, you know, those are my goals. I'm not trying to be anything by next year or in 5 years, but just health is everything. Health is a priority for me. And if at any given time I'm able to instill that in at least one person a day, I am here for that. I am here to lend support. I'm here to guide. I'm here to listen. I am here to be someone's supporting cast if needed, because we don't have to do any of this as far as staying active and being back into fitness and taking up something new alone.
So Chinggay, we're so happy about your engagement. It's great, it's so great that you found a partner who's really fit for you, a perfect fit. So there's a question from Happy Andrada, and she's asking, what's a good workout for a senior citizen? Do you have any advice?
Well, so my dad and my mom are still, well, they were pretty active. And the one thing that I can say, there isn't really a one type of activity or one thing for everyone to do. But again, it goes back to that one thing that you love to do, one thing that you look forward to doing. So walking is a great activity. Walking is a great exercise, because from there, you can work your way up, right? So you enjoy being part of the outdoors, you enjoy, you know, being out with your family. That could easily turn into a 5K event that you guys can sign up for at a later time, right? And then somehow, if you feel motivated, maybe do another 5K event in the another time in the same year or the following year. But there isn't really that one thing really that I can say everyone should do. It's finding something that you love to do, because you have to look forward to being active. Because for me, I don't think that I have to do it, but it's rather that I want to do it. It's that want. There's a big difference, right? With the things that we say about the things that we do in our lives. I have to do it. No, I would like to do it because my body feeds me to be able to do the things that I want to do, because I have a teenager. I got to keep up with her. She's 14. She's a gymnast. It's like, you know, half the time, like I literally train nowadays, Viva, to keep up with her. I want to be able to be able to be next to her and be okay. So that she's my motivation, because if she sees me doing things, if she sees me keeping an active lifestyle in mind on a daily basis, then she'll do it as well. Because everything that we do as parents, you know, it translates to what she feels is important in our lives, right? So she sees that, hey, let's go for a walk, let's take the dogs for a walk, hey, let's go for a run, or let's go hiking. Then she feels that that is an important part of her life too, and she radiates that. You know, she passes it on to her friends, say, hey, my mom and I are doing this. So everything that we do around the house, you know, it affects the other important members of the family. So I think that finding something that you love to do is of the utmost importance.
Those are great tips, Chinggay. And Happy said she'll bring her mom as well to workouts as well.
Yay!
Yeah. So Chinggay, from being a radio DJ, a writer for magazines, being a TV show host, fitness warrior, mother. So what do you consider your biggest achievements so far?
Oh goodness, those that you've got, all those great things you mentioned. Again, I'm just utterly grateful. But I think if you were to ask me about just one greatest accomplishment, I don't really think it's an accomplishment, but being a mother has been the greatest blessing. I'm going to stop for a minute because it just gets so, it's overwhelming. It's,
We can feel it, how emotional it is for you. And she's your pride and joy. She's your best friend. And she really looks like your sister and your best friend too. It's like there's not much age difference seeing your pictures. It's like your best buddies for life.
you know, it's funny because we just had this conversation last night. And you know, it's important that she knows she's always going to be the most important person in my life, no matter what. And it's still so raw. It's, you know, we literally sat in this in the garage last night, so that's why it's so pretty raw. And you asked that.
Okay,
Thank
thank you for
Viva.
sharing. Thank you for sharing. No. Well, Mother's Day is coming next month, so
No,
and every
I
day
did
is
tell her.
Mother's Day.
I know, I did tell her. I said, always know that no matter what happens, however it feels, you are the most important person in my life, and that I'm always going to be there for you first, and that you are a priority. And then she was like, well, what about the dogs? I said, no, you are. Well, a funny thing, if I can share with you too about the dog situation, the reason why we're so in love with our dogs is because my daughter, who just turned 14, she's actually been allergic to dogs all of her life for 12 years until 2020 happened. Somehow she outgrew her dog allergy. And it's crazy, right? So we decided to get a dog in 2020, and she's been the love of our life. And it just so happened that the dog's parents, that's how we talk about dogs, had more kids, had more puppies. So we waited a good 2 months or 3 months. And so now we have her sibling here. So they're actually sisters, they're real sisters, and they're 6 months apart. And they're just our greatest joy every day. And it just, it makes me feel so, it makes me feel so good that now my daughter, who's just been wanting to have a dog for so long, is now with 2 dogs, and there's been that crazy background story about it. So she's just over the moon with them, and we can't get enough of them, and they're part of the family. So there's that story.
Yeah, that story reflects like a mother's love, a daughter's love, and a dog's love too. So Chinggay,
Yes.
yeah, so what motivates you to go to work each day? What motivates you to be your best?
Oh goodness. So my day usually starts with the hour of activity. So that's like my fuel. I try to do that, 3 to 4 times a week. Because here's the thing when it comes to getting back into fitness or having fitness as part of your daily life. For me, at times, if I don't do it first thing in the morning, things happen during the day. Life happens during the day. Next, it's 6 o'clock. You're like, oh wow, now I'm hungry, and there goes your hour, right? So that's my formula for myself. I would like to get the hour in the morning, start my work day. That way, I don't have to think about it. So what fuels me when I go to work? First of all, I am grateful to have such a great job with an amazing supporting cast. I love everyone that I work with. So that's a true blessing. I think also just challenging yourself every day too. in how to go about your day. And the biggest thing is how to handle stress when it happens. How do you handle stress when it happens, right? Obviously, we all have different levels of what gets to us first and what affects us. But I think it's just a matter of going back, for me anyways, going back to 1999 when that happened, when that happened, that really dark and confusing time happened to me. That has always been my go-to, Viva. I go back to that, like, okay, so while I was able to think of option B, so fast forward to now and, for the rest of my life, always know that there's an option B. So going back to work, it's just, I feel blessed that I love my job. I love the people that I work with, but also just challenging yourself. It's never too late to learn something new. Oh, goodness. It is never too late to start something or learn something new. That's been my biggest lesson working here in the US. And just, I left such a blessed life back there in the Philippines. And to this day, I still miss every single part of everything that I've ever done there, right? But it's moving here, though, there were so many changes, whether it was a schedule, whether this and that. But I think my biggest tip when it comes to work and finding your true passion and and what it is that you want to do in your career, just always know it's never too late to learn something new. Again, sources are out there for us to just grab. Now more than ever, information wise, sometimes it's information overload, but it's never too late to learn something new.
It's never too late to learn something new. That's really important. So Chinggay, you've mentioned this one briefly earlier. So you posted on your social media accounts that you miss so much beautiful Philippines, more than you know. So what do you miss most about the Philippines, Chinggay?
Oh, goodness. Do we have 5 hours? I just miss the Philippines so much. The people, the food, but just that, it's home to me. It was home to me for such a long time. And, I was so grateful to have had all those opportunities career-wise to pursue one thing, second thing, third thing, fourth thing. And I think the people, just knowing that I somehow was in a space where I could help people and I could instill fitness more in people, because at that time I was teaching, but then I also had a blessed life, a career on radio and TV. So that was something that I could still talk about fitness and instill fitness and talk about it as much as I can. So now I don't get to talk about it as much as I would want to, but I think, Viva, you left a print in me today. You've left a print in me that it's something that I should still keep doing. So I would like to thank you for that. Going back. That would be really it. It's just never too late. I hear that often. Oh yeah, but I'm not, it's just too late in my life. I can't do that anymore. I believe that it never is. So just have that belief in you that it never is and that you can still keep going.
Yes, Chinggay. And I saw from your social media post that you also miss mangoes, fruit shakes.
Oh, yes. I miss everything about the Philippines, the people, but the food is just amazing. Like, you try to find it here, but it's not the same. You have no idea how gaga and like I just go hoo hoo gaga over dried mangoes that are made in the Philippines. Like, oh look, I take a picture of it and I take like a whole 2 weeks to eat it. It's the food. It really is the food and the people. just amazing warmth, hospitality. I talk about the Philippines with friends who want to visit all the time. I spread the word that it's more fun in the Philippines. Absolutely, absolutely, right? I can't wait to be there. Viva, it's been 10 years since I've been back. And we had plans of going last year. We had plans of going this year. And I'm hopeful, and I hope that we're able to visit in 2023 because it has been so long. So right now you are actually representing the whole entire Philippines in how I feel as far as being homesick and feeling sad that I haven't been back there in such a long time. So you're Miss Philippines right now to me, and you're, yes, like you're radiating that right now. You're curing my homesickness. So I'm very grateful. And this is crazy. So yes, the people, the food, the warmth, the hospitality, and just that hustle and bustle. I miss that. I miss, wow, my all of the opportunities that I was given there. I will always be so grateful. You know, being a radio DJ and being part of a TV show, talking about sports. I mean, Viva, that's like a dream job. Talk about sports in a show. Like, wow, really? This is crazy. So just an amazing amount of opportunities that I hope to this day, people still know how much I'm so appreciative of everything that you guys, that the Philippines
And thank you,
gave
Chinggay, for
me.
all that you do also, for inspiring us about fitness and health today as well. So I'm just going to read another message from our virtual audience. Dr. Billy Tang is saying greetings from Malaysia. Even, well, yes,
Hi.
hello. Okay, so Chinggay, you mentioned homesickness as well. So how does a person find strength within oneself to withstand life's obstacles? So maybe you'd like to share tips on how to develop resilience?
So I would say I do have a couple of friends who write in a gratitude journal on a daily basis. For some of us, the way we cope is that we put our thoughts on paper, or we express our thoughts via text or in person. So resilience would be that, because you know, at the end of the day, it's not always going to be a good day. I know for a fact that I don't always have a good day, and it's okay. But it's a matter of knowing that we all get the same amount of hours in a day, and we're all in the same position in that we can start a new day the next day. So that would be my greatest advice, I guess. I'm not a writer, meaning I don't write my thoughts down on paper. Rather, I let go of my stress in the garage like gym. So I run off my stress. That's my stress reliever. But we all have different methods and different ways to cope and deal. And so however it is that works for you, that is for you to do, and that is for the rest of us to respect. Not everyone's a talker, not everyone's a writer. Another thing too is what I've found and what I've seen. A lot of people create blogs to talk about their daily lives, right? And a lot of people express their thoughts that way. If that helps you, that's great. Then you should do that. You know, if it helps you to post a picture or two and talk about what you're going through, then you should do that. So I think nowadays there's just so many different ways to cope, and so many different ways to express what you're really feeling. And if somehow that way makes you feel better, and that way makes you feel at peace, and it allows you to heal and allows you to release stress, then go for it. You know, I'm just really grateful, Viva, that I've found a way to deal with, you know, the everyday life, the everyday stress, or the everyday challenges in the garage. Because I know that's not for everybody, but it's where I feel the most at peace. And when that hour is done, when it clicks, I feel so much better. And I go about my day and I go to, I'm grateful to be going to a job that I really truly love. So it becomes really easy, but I know it's not easy for everybody. And just having the ability to realize what will work for you and doing it and being consistent with it, go with it.
Thank you, Chinggay. So every day is a celebration. So today, the 8th of April, is Step into Spotlight Day. So you've embraced Spotlight with your many activities. So what worked for you in embracing the spotlight? What are your top tips in stepping up and owning the spotlight, Chinggay?
Wow, that is an amazing question. That's a great question. So even to this day, if I was asked to host an event, I think I would still be nervous. I think just knowing that it's okay, one, to be nervous. Number two, to be okay in accepting compliments about yourself. Sometimes people just at times don't know what to say when someone says, wow, you look great, or, well, that was a great speech, or, you did awesome. We sometimes don't see what they see in us. So be proud of what you've done and be proud of what you've accomplished, and you know just see yourself in how others see you. You've done a lot, or you're going through a struggle, or you've overcome a struggle, or you've accepted a challenge, and you've succeeded. It's okay. Be proud of yourself. And I can go on and on about simple or tips that we can keep in mind, but I think it's just being proud of yourself and being good to yourself, and know that some things take time, others may come easily, but just being good to yourself is what I can honestly say when it comes to being in a spotlight. And never forget about who you really are, because sometimes you forget, right? We kind of get you things take over, the spotlight takes over, whether it's fame and all that, but just always be true to yourself and who you were before you decided to pursue your dream or your passion.
Those are really wonderful tips, Chinggay. So you're the creator of Once Upon a Fit. Could you tell us more about it?
So this was something that I wanted to do for a long time, and we're hoping just by guesting on this show, we're able to launch it with a story of that couple from France, right? So Once Upon a Fit, what do we think about when we say once upon a time, that very famous line, once upon a time? Once Upon a Fit is literally a community where I would like to share stories of couples or families from all around the world who have decided to be active together and who've decided to live a fitness, active, healthy life together. But more emphasis on stories about couples who found love and found fit in each other. So if that is you, we would love to feature you. We would love to interview you and feature you on our show. It's still up. It's all still under development, but it's a very, there's a lot of you out there I know who found love and found fit at the same time. So we would love to share your story with the rest of the world. You can message me and we can certainly interact and get your information, but we would love to feature you on the show. Once Upon a Fit. We're currently on Instagram _Once Upon a Fit, but you can always just message me directly and say, hi, we live in France and we found love and we're active together. So please feature us. We would love to do that, because nowadays, especially in the last 2 years, Viva, let us all find ways to inspire each other. Let us all find ways to be active together. And let us all find ways to be healthy together, one day at a time, one fit couple at a time, and one fit family at a time.
That's great, Chinggay. So we have some photos here that we'd like to share. We're just gonna share the screen. So here we go. Just Okay, here it is. Share screen and here some pictures. Can you see them,
Oh my
Chinggay?
goodness.
We saw from your social media feed. So could you
Oh,
tell us briefly
Viva.
about this?
That was, wow. That picture was taken back in 2006, and it was actually for a promo or a campaign for when I opened up Chinggay's Punch Club. I'm not sure if you remember that, but that was at the Adidas Sports Camp at Port Bonifacio. So we had a gym there where I taught classes for a bit. Um, that was a fun time. That was literally, no, that actually that was in 2005 because I left the Philippines in 2006. So yes, that was a blessed time. I loved every moment. I had friends taking the class. It was such an amazing time. And I'm just really grateful that my body still allows me to do this now. Fast forward, how many years is that? 16 years later. So I'm just grateful. That was a fun time, Viva. You're bringing back so many amazing memories.
And here's the next photo.
Oh my gosh. See, this is how much I love the Philippines, because whatever picture you show me, I know exactly literally around the month and the year. This was 1999, like in July of 1999. So this is a picture with Bobby Yan, my co-host at the time. We had a show on the global, I'm sorry, on TFC, the Filipino channel. So we were the very first locally produced show on the Filipino channel, and this show was called the Global Filipino, or TGF. This was back in '99. That was a fun time, and that was for ABS-CBN. That was great. We were able to, obviously, it was broadcast on the TFC channel, so it was beamed all around the world. I just remember having such great interviews with OFWs all around the world. It was great. Oh my gosh, this was my very first TV host job, and it was a rewarding one, a blessed one, because from here it led to a sports casting job over at News Studio 23 for News Central. So I did that for a bit with Mari Kaimo and Ria Trillo. See, I remember it all. It's crazy. Oh my gosh. Viva. You're funny. Slimmer's World, Bikini Bodies 2003. This was in the summer of 2003. I competed in Slimmer's World Great Bodies in 2002, in December 2003. So I thought I would try my luck in the Bikini Bodies 2003, a year later or the year after. And I won. Again, that was such a blessed time. Again, grateful, grateful, grateful. Oh, Lion Fight. Yes. I was a reporter and a host for Lion Fight. It's the greatest and the best Muay Thai organization here in the US. It's called Lion Fight. So it's all just stand up. It's all Thai boxing related matches. Muay Thai, again, the art of 8 limbs, Thai boxing. That was a blessed time as well. This was back in 2018. Wow, look at you. This was for Lion Fight as well. This was downtown Las Vegas. That's the Lion Fight crew. Great times. I love this crew and our dogs. Viva, that's my daughter. So the one with me is Malu. She's the older sister, and the one the one my daughter's holding, her name is Luma. So Malu and Luma, they're 6 months apart, and they're yeah, they are our greatest joy in the house. They are, oh goodness. Viva, you're funny. This was Christmas morning, 2021. My fiance proposed in front of our dogs and my daughter. And it was the best way that he could have proposed, because it was with our most important, um, members of the family in the house, obviously. Um, but yeah, my daughter took these pictures. She took a video too. So it was just very emotional and very special and unforgettable. And I'm grateful. Um, so yes, Viva, you're funny. So Barry, oh, there's my gym. Okay. So there it is. Just mind you, back in March of 2020, this was literally empty. The walls weren't painted. There was not one piece of equipment in the garage. But I decided when everything started to shut down, like I have to be creative in what I can do. So where do I set up my little mini gym? Is it going to be inside the house, or is it going to be where? So there, my garage is now my gym. I had the walls painted, and it took a long time to get equipment too, obviously, because everyone was doing the exact same thing. So certain things took about 6 to 7 weeks, but I waited. And again, at that time, Viva, that was when I became really close with Mother Nature, really, with the outdoors, with nature. Like, wow, I didn't even know this trail would get me from here to there. So walking, the powerful art of walking and actually meeting your neighbors. And wow, my neighbor actually, they have 3 kids, or they have 2 kids, or they have this, which is crazy. So all those things happen just by going outside, enjoying Mother Nature, and meeting your neighbors. Oh, Viva. That's literally how I feel every time I'm in this garage after an hour of training. It just makes me smile. And I know that it's not for everybody, and I understand. I totally get it. So that couple from France, which now you're going to be unforgettable in my head. If you guys don't want to do a garage-like gym-like training, we can go outside. It's the power of technology. We can do anything and everything outside on our phones. So that's literally how I do my classes on the weekends, Viva. I just, at times, I just would like for them to see how sunny it is in Vegas, or, or having them meet my neighbors. So technology is amazing nowadays.
That's great, Chinggay.
I can talk to you for the whole entire day, Viva. I hope you know that.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. So I'm sure everybody watching, they're all enjoying as well, Chinggay. So how could our virtual audience get in touch with you?
Oh, Viva, thank you so much for having me on your show. It is amazing to see you. Obviously, it's better to see you in person. So I hope I get to see you very, very soon. We have so much to catch up on. But to everyone listening and watching, thank you so much for all the questions. Let's keep inspiring each other. And I hope to hear from all of you, because I'm very serious about wanting to work out with you, and sharing your fit stories, whether you're a couple, whether you're a family. Let's spread your stories out there to inspire other families and other couples. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, the same, Chinggay Andrada, Chinggay. I spell that probably 10 times a day here in the US. And last name Andrada, Andrada. So you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We also have an Instagram account for Once Upon a Fit. So it's _Once Upon a Fit. You can also share and send me your info there and your stories. But let's get this going. Once Upon a Fit is all about you guys. It's all about your stories of fit. It's all about your stories of wanting to be active and wanting to be healthy. Health, I can't say it enough, is wealth. I know you've heard that many times, but I am a true believer in that, and that it's a part of our lives, but it doesn't take over our lives because we have other things going on. But I think just keeping that in mind, isang oras lang is what I go by, just 1 hour a day. It may not work for everybody, but it has really benefited me. Being 50 has been great, but it's also been the most rewarding because I've decided to be active since I was 15. I know that's not the case for everybody, but even though If somehow you haven't trekked on a fitness journey or you haven't started, it's never too late. You're never too old. You're never too late. And it's never too late at any part of our lives to learn something new.
It's amazing, Chinggay. So Professor Data Dr. GP Dorisami is saying, sincere thanks to Chinggay Andrada. So Chinggay,
thank you as well.
Thank you. Here's a question that we always ask our guests. This is the final question. So what is your inspiring message to the world, Chinggay?
My inspiring message to the world is that we can all, every single one of us, all of us, every single one, the ones watching, the ones listening, and the ones who will watch this later on, but every single one of us, all of us, we all have the ability to inspire. We all have the ability to instill passion in someone. We all have the ability to revive passion in someone. So don't ever think that when you are scrolling, that it's just them and it's not you who can inspire. We all have that ability. So just don't think that it's not you. It is you. You are unique. You are a gem. You are rare. So you have the ability to instill passion and instill energy in other people and inspire others. So that's just the one inspiring message that I would like to share with the world. And that is we all have the ability to inspire. So I hope that we keep doing that. And I hope that we take part in that. And I hope that we believe in ourselves that we can. So inspire, go out there and inspire.
Thank you so much, Chinggay, for honoring us with your presence, sharing your words of wisdom, and inspiring the world with your story. So it is important to know about her story, which is your story, because we need to add her story in history for us to have the full picture of our story. So in honor of international recognition for your virtue and persistently serving and inspiring humanity with your noble deeds, World Humanitarian Drive would like to award you, Chinggay Andrada, with an Inspiring Humanitarian Award.
I love it. Thank you so much, Viva. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Chinggay. Is there anything else you'd like to say or add?
Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you for this interview. I hope that, again, that you've inspired so much in me. So that is what conversations do. It instills energy and inspiration and motivation. So Viva, thank you.
Thank you so much, Chinggay. And with that, we would like to share a quotation by our special guest, Ms. Chinggay Andrada. And here's the quotation. Chinggay, could you read it?
Sure. Be a little more mindful of people and their feelings. There might be a backstory to someone behaving badly. There's always a story behind the pain. Sometimes it means the world to just listen, not to preach and tell someone what to do, but just listen. Listen a little more today than yesterday. It might make someone's day. Yes.
Thank you so much, Chinggay. That is so inspiring. So congratulations again on your Inspiring Humanitarian Award. So Chinggay Andrada, mother, fitness warrior, and creator of Once Upon a Fit from the USA. Thank you so much, Chinggay, for inspiring us. So everyone, we hope you enjoyed today's discussion with Chinggay Andrada, that it motivated you to get fit, healthy, and to rise by lifting others. Here on Inspiring Millions Show, we present you with brilliant people from around the world. So feel free to connect with them on social media, and together, let's make a difference in the world, because we definitely all need inspiration, especially in these times. Listening to people's stories enrich our lives. So if today's discussion inspired you, please like it, share it, send us a comment. Do share with us your takeaways from today. Follow us in our social media accounts. Click subscribe on our YouTube channel, WHD Media. Visit our WHD website, whd.org.uk, for more inspiring events. So WHD would like to greet all those celebrating their birthdays and special milestones this week. Happy celebrations to our Muslim family and friends. We wish you Ramadan Mubarak, a blessed Ramadan, a happy Hanuman Jayanti and Rama Navami to our Hindi family and friends, and a blessed Holy Week to our Catholic family and friends. So have a wonderful weekend, everyone. On behalf of WHD team, especially those working behind the scenes, WHD Chairman Dr. Abdul Basit Saeed, WHD Director of Global Operations, Ms. Sarah Wilson, WHD's 12 Honorable Secretary Generals. We thank you, our virtual audience from around the world, for joining us and supporting our show. This has been World Humanitarian Drive's Inspiring Million Show. I'm Viva Andrada O'Flynn. Please join us again next week. We will have an interesting discussion with Dato Saeed Muhammad bin Saeed Mortaza of Malaysia as we inspire the world here on Inspiring Million Show. Thank you. Thank you so much, Chinggay. Thank you, everyone.
Cousin.
Thank you. I think we're still live. Thank you, everyone. This is amazing. Thank you so much for inspiring us today, Chinggay.
You have not changed, honey. You're still the greatest Viva I know.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. That was just amazing sharing, Chinggay.